RAD success stories. When used successfully, the results of RAD can be dramatic. Here are 3 stories about successful use of the RAD approach. The first story focuses on the use of a particular software tool suite in Price Borland's Delphi. Both of the Delphi stories are based on postings to the Delphi web pages. The third story is based on the use of another RAD tool, IBM's Visual Edge for Java. U.S. Navy fleet modernization. The U.S. Navy has an ongoing challenge: the modernization of its fleet as well as its maintenance. The Navy wanted to upgrade its fleet modernization management system at the same time it was renovating the fleet. The requirement was to move from 3 character-based systems to a unified GUI-based system based on a single database. 2 aspects of Delphi that were attractive to the Navy were its support of rapid prototyping and the promise of reuse of components in the object-oriented Pascal environment. The final system was developed with Delphi using a RAD approach in 6 months, an estimated savings of 50%. The Navy estimates the new system resulted in immediate savings of 20% per year due to reduced maintenance costs. First National Bank of Chicago. First National Bank of Chicago is one of the top 10 largest banks in the United States, with assets of over $122 billion. In October 1994, the bank was awarded a bid to develop a new electronic federal tax payment system intended to foster faster tax withholdings and eliminate all paper in the process. The contract, signed by a joint venture of the bank with Mercantile Bank of St. Louis, specified exacting system requirements and very short deadlines. The venture chose Delphi for the job. The use of Delphi enabled rapid development and rapid prototyping of a GUI front-end to the system. At one point, over 125 programmers organized into several teams were working on the project. 15 to 20 developers worked on the GUI front-end. The system was completed and ready for testing in March 1996. Only 10 months later, the size of database used in the system was at 225 tables, with 250 million rows and 55 gigabytes of data online. By the year 2000, there were 500 million rows maintained online. RAD techniques, with Delphi support, allow the project to come in on time and on budget, despite the extensive requirements and short deadline specification in the contract. Comdata is the leading provider of financial and information services to the North American transportation industry. Over 3,000 trucking companies rely on Comdata's modular over-the-road system to help manage their businesses and to monitor the spending of their truck drivers. These drivers use Comdata's home check card to purchase fuel, food, and lodging while on the road. The original version of MOTRS was PC-based, written in Visual Basic. Comdata customers accessed the system through dial-up, uploaded account data, and downloaded reports. By the end of 1999, Comdata decided that it needed a new version of MOTRS. Comdata decided to deploy MOTRS on the Internet, and it chose IBM Global Services as the vendor to help them migrate their system. To develop the web-based MOTRS, IBM used Visual Edge for Java and IBM WebSphere application server software to create servlets. Servlets are programming modules written in Java that reside on the server and expand the functions of the web server. Applets embedded in the HTML code on web pages, downloaded to the customer client machine, executed by the client web browser. The WebSphere application server software was used to manage and control the servlets. The MOTRS Internet project took only 9 months to complete. 3 months for research and design, 3 months for coding, 3 months for testing. The entire project cost $500,000, including the server software and hardware, development, and everything else. The system generally available in September 1998, long before the deadline for deployment set for the end of 1999. After the development effort, MOTRS was a Y2K compliant. There was a single PC version of it, and customers now pay only $20 per month for an Internet Service Provider account through which to access the system.